Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie, and on this channel I share my family's financial stresses and successes on our journey to be debt-free. We are a family of 5. My husband and I both work full-time, and we're currently on a journey to pay off over $70,000 in credit card debt. So if you enjoy weekly check-ins, monthly budgets, paycheck budgets, and debt updates, make sure you hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into week 4 for September for us. I know it's been a hot minute. I don't even know if I've done 1 week of check-ins for September this month. I know I missed the last couple of weeks, so I might have done 1 week. But things have just been really stressful. In my last video, I know I did tell you guys about my car situation with the mechanic who worked on my car and then ghosted me. Yes, he ended up ghosting me. I have still to this day never heard back from him regarding him coming to fix my car after he messed it up. We did have it towed to the dealership, and I told them what the mechanic did, and once they got to that part of the car, they were like, that looked fine. They needed to dig a little deeper, and when they were digging deeper, the mechanic called me and said that there was a timing issue with my car, like the timing belt, the timing system. I don't know nothing about cars. I know they have a timing something. So essentially, for them to fix that, it was going to be like $4,000. So between Brian and I, we decided we weren't going to pay that because I owe about 13 grand on my car. It's not worth paying $4,000 to have it fixed. So I did get a new car. Surprise, surprise. So the whole reason we found this mechanic was because of the issues Brian's car was having. If you remember, like back in March, I believe, his car was making a noise, and we took it to the dealership and they said that he needed a new engine. So this mechanic came, and at one point Brian's radiator had a leak in it. He changed his radiator. He did a tune-up on Brian's truck. He changed the brake pads on Brian's truck. He done a lot of work for us. So Brian's car was still making that noise, though, that we took it to the dealership to have resolved. So since I got a new car, Brian wanted to go ahead and trade his truck in before it stopped working, so we could get whatever value we could get for it now. So y'all, please, y'all don't, when y'all see when y'all see my next budget with me and you see my car payments, please don't come for me in the comments. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, I cussed at the finance manager. I know it wasn't his fault, but I mean, I'm just mad at the situation overall. Like, I wanted to pay my car off and just keep it. You know, I did want to get a new car, but I didn't want to roll negative equity into another loan. That's something that we've done for a long time. You know, the spirit of I want and not being content with what you have, you know, it's a big problem. So I wanted to keep my car, and we were close to paying it off. We only owed 13 grand. So I was very upset that I had to get a new car. So I got a 2021 GMC Yukon, and Brian got a brand new Ford F-150. So our interest rates are high. I went from a 3% on my van to now a 9% on the Yukon. We both have very high car payments. So we are currently talking to a bank about getting a refinance on our mortgage so that we can lower our debt between the car loans and the credit cards. Like, the math ain't math, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys. So your girl is tired and stressed out. So let's just get into this weekly check-in. So we did start off the week with a negative balance. You know, we have a line of credit on our account that covers if we overspend. And we also have a savings account that is at the same bank where we have a checking account. It does have money in it, so it's not technically negative. This was like the Wednesday before we got paid on Thursday. So I didn't move money from our savings account. They didn't do it. They don't usually do it immediately. They let me try and catch it first and then they move it. But it's not like we were going to get an overdraft fee or anything. Like if enough time passes, then they move the money themselves. So this happened because I told you guys in my debt video, I made a payment on our Chase card and thought I turned the auto pay off, and then the auto pay came out. When I got the email that said thank you for your payment, I was like, oh my gosh. So it made our account negative $48.66. Brian did get paid. He got paid $1,400 to help us cover our new car payments. Brian reduced his 401k contribution. He was contributing 6% because his company matches up to 6%. So he was getting the top match. He was contributing 6%, and now he is contributing 2% so that we can get an extra $100 a week into our budget to try and help us with our new car payments. We got a chicken coop for our baby chicks from Wayfair, and Brian put this on his Discover card. So this is just like a partial payment to him for the chicken coop for $125. We paid one of our Chase credit card payments for $255. We got groceries at Kroger for $46.66. I got gas in my Yukon. It was $88.94. We went to the little local grocery store here. I just needed some buns, lettuce, and tomato because we were trying to eat food we had in the pantry. We had some hamburgers in the freezer, so that was $6.46. We got some zip ties. We had to redo our dog fence because the dogs were getting out, and we tried to patch it and we couldn't figure out where the break in the fence was. We walked the whole property. We just couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. So we tore out all of the invisible fence and redid the whole invisible fence. So we spent $11.75 on zip ties because we zip tied it to our fence. We have like welded wire around 3 sides of our property and then an aluminum fence in the front. So to keep it from kind of like sagging and hanging, we like zip tied it onto the fence. We also went to Walmart for groceries this week. That was $207.24. I got some Tide and toilet paper from Sam's Club. That was $51.17. Let me move. It's not. There we go. Black line. We got some dog food from Sam's Club. It was $43.98. We went to my boys' football game this past weekend. Even though it was technically cooler, we've moved out of the 90s and we're pretty much in the 80s now here in Central Florida. We played this game at a high school and we had to sit in the bleachers. Normally we have like a tent, one of those pop-up tents, and we bring our own chairs and we sit under it, but we sat in the bleachers, and I don't know if it was from the metal of the bleachers, but like it was just so hot. I even had my umbrella and was like covering myself with an umbrella, but it was just so hot. I don't usually buy Gatorade and snow cones at the games. We bring Gatorade, but we drank our Gatorade and I still ended up buying a Gatorade and getting the boys snow cones because it was really hot. So that was $13, came out of our kids category. I had to get gas again because the Yukon is a V8 gas guzzling SOB. So $88.90 for more gas. My cell phone bill came out from Mint Mobile. This is a 3-month plan for 2 lines. I have a cell phone, and then we have one that's kind of like for the house for our boys. They used to talk to their friends, or we talk to them, when we're out and they're at home or whatever the case might be. So that was $130.19. My husband is still working on the deck. It's slow going because he works around him being at work. So we are almost done with like the deck boards, like the bottom, and then we'll be working on the railing and the spindles for the railing and stuff. So I had to go to Home Depot and get some deck screws, and that was $19.54. They are more expensive than that, but we had some screws that we bought that we didn't need that I returned, and this was just the difference. Our cleaning lady came and cleaned for us. That was $80, and we paid our solar panel bill for $155.76. So that left us with $27.75 to roll over into the fourth week, or the fifth week of September. All right, so let's make sure you guys are in frame. Okay. All right, so our income was as budgeted, $1,400 for Brian, and we did have a negative in our account of $48.66. So that made our income, sorry, this thing is so glitchy. That made our income $13.51.34. My cell phone came out, it was 1 cent cheaper than I thought at $130.19. Our Chase credit card payment came out for $255. Our solar panels came out for $155.76, bringing our fixed expenses to $540.95. We didn't spend anything in our miscellaneous category. For our cashless envelopes, for groceries, we spent $311.53. For cars, we spent $177.84. For household, we spent $111.29. For pets, $168.98. Kids, $13, and nothing for medical, eating out, or clothes, which brought our miscellaneous expenses to $782.64 and gave us a remainder of $27.75. So that is a look at how the fourth week of September went for us. I hope the month is going well for you guys. My next video is going to be my October budget with me, so you guys can see, you know, just how lovely things are going over here, okay? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.